Good afternoon, everyone. This is Terry from Allen Art and Design. Hope everybody's having a good day. Having my Diet Coke. I haven't been on for a few days because I was very sick for the past 4 days. I'm just starting to get my energy back. I was hoping to make it through the winter without that. But my husband came home with it, and he was sick for 3 days, and then he went back to work. I thought I was lucked out and I missed it, but oh no, I got it too. So I had to stay away from my grandkids and all that. They're coming over for Easter Sunday, and I don't want, I'd rather wait to see them, even though I miss them. But anyways, I wanted to show you while I was in bed. This is what I did. I made a cute little pin cushion. I mean, it's nothing fancy, believe me. It's just a little square of material. And then I stuffed it and stitched it. And I put Velcro on it so you can just stick it right on there. And then take it off when you want to use it. And then when you're done with it, stick it back on. I love it. All right, so the other thing I wanted to do is I want to work on a scissor keep for these pretty scissors that I bought and never used, and I want to start using them. These are going to be my special scissors for this little box. This is my cute, tiny little sewing box that I love. It says, "Sewing Mends the Soul." My grandson loves it. He wants it, but it's mine. So anyways, that's the only thing I got done in the last 4 days. Because I just had no energy at all. So what I want to do is, I kind of folded it and tried to make it, in the shape that I want. I just realized that I never stitched it, but what I might do is just take a little piece of this stuff. It says Steam a Seam. I found 2 of these. This one says Steam a Seam Sticky Back Fusible Web. It says fuses fabric securely. All right, so this one, all right, this one comes on a roll, which is great. So you just take it off. And let's see where it begins. All right, so I think I'm just gonna, I've already got my iron going. I think what I'll do is just, I want this on the inside. Oh, I got a pin here in the way. I'm just gonna cut a little piece off. Ooh, I forgot. These have like a little point protector on there. So I'm just gonna put that on there. It doesn't have to be perfect. How does that work? All this is, it's a little felt board that I got at Dollar Tree. I wish I had gotten more than one, but you can iron on this. It's a felt board that you're supposed to stick pins in, but I don't care. That on there. I've got my iron going next to me here. Just iron it on. Ooh, it's hot. I gotta turn that thing down. It's like so hot. Doesn't matter. This is for me, and I don't need it to be perfect. I just want it to be functional. Just steam it. I need to press the whole thing anyways. This is one of those handkerchiefs that was in, if you watched my last video, I think it was my last video, where I showed all of the handkerchiefs. It was my mother's handkerchief collection, and this is one of them. And it goes with the, I feel like, it goes really cute with this little yellow and black basket. So I want to use it kind of in memory of my mother. I'm probably going to have to, you know, cut more of this, but for now I'm just trimming that up. I am going to trim this piece off in the back. And then I think I'll trim that too. That's fine. Doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do, because this is wonky anyways. So now what I want to do is I want to take a look at this and see if these are sheets, because I only need a small sheet of this iron-on stuff. Here, let me use my pin cushion. That's what it's here for. My little pin cushion that I made out of China. I have a video on that. Now this is fusible web. Okay, so this is, which way is the front and which way is the back? I don't think it really matters on this one. It doesn't seem to anyways. I don't really care. Yeah, it looks exactly the same on both sides, so I'm not going to worry about it. That's the back anyways. So what I need to do is I need to cut a couple of pieces of this. And I am no expert on sewing, so if you need an expert, I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there that'll show you the right way to do things. But this is just how I'm doing it. That's all. Just trying to make a scissor keep that will function for me. Okay, so I guarantee I'm gonna have to cut this down a little bit. It's too big anyway. I want to line, you want to line your scissor keep with felt, because if I try to put these sharp scissors in this thin handkerchief, it's just gonna go right through it. So what I need to do is I'm gonna cut a piece of this. Felt. This is felt that I got at Joann Fabrics, and it's actually a nice felt. It's heavy duty. But I cut it crooked, of course. This is very thick compared to what I normally use. So I got it for very cheap. I know Joann's is closing, but there's probably not going to be anything left that's any good by the time they have a decent sale. So what I want to do is I gotta move this in a little bit, because I'm going to be folding the front sides over. I don't want it to be any bigger than my piece. But now I have to figure out, like, I got to make sure it's big enough first of all. And then I want it to be like a little envelope. Yeah, I'm going to cut some of that off too. Okay, so all right, so let's put that back in. I want to see how they're going to fit in there. Got to leave a little on the bottom because I need to like turn up the bottom a little bit. It doesn't matter if you have like the felt where the handle is, but I need something as a stopper inside. So I'm going to wrap this. All right. I'm wondering, do I want that on there? Or is that enough to give it the stability that it needs? Just going to cut some of that off so it doesn't stick to my iron. I think I am going to use it just as a, just to make it sturdier. I do need to move it over so it's even on both sides, because I'm going to be turning, you know, I just want to fuse that so that it gives it more substance. See how that sticks on there? Oh yeah, that's nice. All right, do it again on this side. I like to use steam so that it really goes through the material. Okay, so that's on there good now. All right, so what we need to do is, I think the first thing I'm going to do is turn this bottom part up. Yeah. See, I just want to see how this is going to look. It's going to be more like that. And then this is going to, I'll have to cut a bunch of this off of here. And then this is going to go over like this. And that'll go underneath, or I'll cut it off. Almost looks like a little flower. And then I can always put some hand stitching in. And then I thought I would like pull that down and pull this down and then maybe stitch it in place so that you can see the scissors. I thought that would be pretty. I kind of wish the back covered the scissors a little bit, but it's okay. All right, I'm going to leave this like this. I'm going to check something. This is leftover material from this. When I cut it. Let me see if there's anything that I can use. I could, see? I could put a piece right there like that. And that will cover that spot. I don't care if this looks like it's all pieced together because, like I said, I can always add some pretty stitching and then you won't see anything. All right, so what I'm going to do is take the scissors out. Let's see. Is that long enough? It is. So let's just, we're going to make a little cone shape. I'm going to put it underneath. See, I want these pieces, this part right here, to match up with that side. All right, what do I do with my piece? It's under there. Okay, good. All right, so now I'm just going to iron that, and that'll stick on there. It kind of like becomes one. There's a tiny little piece right there that I'm just want to try to tuck it under so that it will catch that little corner right there. There we go. Okay, so that's good. See, that looks good. All right, so I'm gonna get my hot glue gun. What to do now? Hope you can see. I want to put the point of my scissors in there. Yeah, see that's going to be much better with the backing on there. All right, so let's see. All right, so this is going to go like this. It's going to need something to glue to, though. That's the problem. Just need just to tack it with the glue, just like a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, and then this side, I definitely can cut some of this off. Maybe more, but for right now, that's what I'm cutting off. Oh yeah, I can cut more of that. I just want to preserve some of these little pretty little handkerchiefs that my mother collected. I might double that over because it'll give it more strength, because I didn't come all the way out with that, which I probably should have, with the felt. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna glue this part together. A little bit more back here too. Okay, so what you do is hold that down, and then I'm gonna go in and stitch with some embroidery thread. But now, okay, see, I can see some of that sticking out. What I can do is just a tiny little bit of glue right there, and I can just place that there. Oh, that's pretty though. Okay, I'm gonna tack that right there. Yeah, this needs to go more. Wonder if I want to see the scissors more. Yeah, I do actually. What I can do is I can just cut this little piece off there. Okay. I like the way that's starting to look. Look, you're going to be able to just slide them right in there. Okay, so let's see. Down here, I'm going to try to preserve as much of the hanky as I can. Yeah, I almost want it to look like a flower. And like I said, the glue is just here to tack it down. I mean, it's not perfect, but I think it's cute. Okay, so I was thinking about turning this way, and that will give me even more of the hanky. Why waste it by cutting it off, you know? I think I'll put just a teeny bit right there. Just want it to lay flat, that's all. Oh, isn't that pretty? Look at, and yeah, that's great. The bottom of the scissors are protected. I could have even came in a little bit more down on the bottom, but I don't think it matters. As long as they sit in there well, and they do. The tip, where's the tip of them? Yeah, the tip is right there. So I really don't want to take any more off of the bottom of this. I was thinking I could turn this under. I don't mind if you see that it's folded or whatever. That just adds a little character to it, I think. I'm gonna add a teeny bit of glue right there. All right, I have to deal with the bottom. The top I'm very pleased with. I think I'd like to find some kind of a pretty flower right there. I feel like this, I need just a teeny bit right there, just to kind of tack it. Okay, this. Yep. Okay, good, good, good. All right, we got to deal with the bottom. I can either just turn it over like that, or like I was doing. I kind of like the idea of, oops, there goes the scissors. Let's see. Turning this under so that I can preserve some more of the hanky. All right, I'm gonna, right there. Nope. I need it to go in even more than that. That's where this finger protector really comes in handy. Things. I think I'm just going to glue this down and just preserve the rest of that hanky right there. And then I can always put another, like some lace there or a little flower to cover up some of this stuff. I think it's going to be great. Oh my God, how cute is this? Okay, so let's see if we can get some of that underneath. Okay, I don't want to cut any more off, so let's see if I could just, yeah, make it look like this is part of the fold as well. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you might as well embrace it and just go with it, you know? Oops. Let's just go with it. Okay. Press it with the finger. Teeny little bit right here. Just want to add some glue. Oh, I love it. And that way I didn't have to cut too much more of the... How pretty is that? I'm gonna have to look through my stash. Oh, look at the back here. We gotta fix that. I gotta look through my stash and see if I can find any pretty little flowers to go on it or something. That looks great. I mean, it's not perfect, like I said. I never thought it was gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna put some glue up in here. I was inspired to make this Scissor Keep by one that was in Jennifer Houston's new book. But you know what? I've just decided to make it my own. I'm just running with the idea. I like the idea of having one because I don't have anything to hold my scissors, and look at that. Now I do. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it's a little wonky, but once you get some a little lace or some pretty little flowers, you know what I'd love to do is go to like Michael's or something, get a pack of little yellow roses, satin roses. That would be very pretty. That would be really pretty. All right, I just want to glue that down. See that extra piece we put in there? It just filled in the back so that I think it looks great. Yeah, I'd like to cover that with like a piece of lace or something. Okay. Yeah, this can use just a teeny bit. Unfortunately, this glue gun, it doesn't have a point like my other one. It gets into tight spaces. This one doesn't, but that's fine. It's good. I think it came out great. I'm very pleased with it. Like, do I want to, or do we want it like, I kind of like it floppy like that. It's a really nice felt pocket inside for it. I'm very pleased with that. The bottom's a little crooked. I probably should have cut off some of the material on the bottom, but you know what? I'm happy with it. And I guess that's all that matters. All right. I'm going to put all of my needles in this little plastic bag. Got a little magnet. It closes. I love this. So I'm going to be ready to do some stitching. This is a little wonky for me. I kind of wonder if I should put 2 of them on there. I might do 2, and that way it won't be flopping around like that. Yeah, I'm going to do 2, but that's all right. So I'm done with that. All right, so what I wanted to show you, this fusible web that I have, this is a wider one. This one's even easier than the one with the paper and everything. You just sandwich it in between something and iron it. This is what I use right here. This is the stuff I use to hem pants and stuff. If my sewing machine isn't working, or I'm just not wanting to deal with that and just want to do a quick hem, that's what I've always done that for years. So these will go with all of my other things. In Jennifer's book, there's a couple of small projects, and I want to start with small projects. The first one was that little scissor keep, and the next one was to make a stitch book. So what I did is I went ahead and I cut out a piece off of an old quilt. It's just white quilting. I put some lace. I put some old, this is cross-stitching material, but I'll never use it, but I love the color of it. It might be Battenberg or something like that. I'm not sure. And then this was a piece of lace here. This is a newer lace, but who cares? As long as it's pretty, I don't care. This is also just a piece of material, and so I pinned everything together. I'm going to take this out and show you. Then I took some material and I lined the inside of it, but I left, it has this lace on the top and the bottom. So what I did was I'm going to sew it all around. I'm going to leave that lace on the top because I think it looks really pretty. On the back, I mean, it doesn't match up perfectly or whatever, but once I sew it, I can trim it. Doesn't matter. Oops, it looks like what's happened here? I pinned. Did I pin all the way through? I guess I did. Doesn't matter. So I just found some neutral materials, and then I found a little square of, I'm just using up scraps and stuff. And then you can stitch all on there. But I am not going to finish the cover with stitching until I learn the stitches that I want to learn for inside this book. So then I went ahead and I put some pages together. I'll show you. All right, there's only going to be 4 sides. Let's see. Yeah, 4 sides. There's let's see. 2, 4, 6. There's going to be 8 sides to stitch on. But so these 2 are in a similar size. So what you do is you put your material and everything where you're going to stitch on the, you know, the top of your material. You leave the back without anything on it. Then you get another one. You do the same thing. You get it ready for your stitching. Let me just pin that a little bit. You get that ready for your stitching, and you don't put anything on the back. And it doesn't, they don't have to be straight. It can be crooked. It doesn't even matter. This is just a practice book. All right, so you flip it over, and what you do is straighten it out a little bit first of all. My pin's like a little tight there. Okay, this one too. Straighten it out. Okay, you take the wrong sides and you put them together. So this is a page in your stitch book. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides to stitch on, but it's only one page. It's a page in your book, but it has 4 sides. Okay, so then you take that one. I'll put that over here. Then I have another one, 2 more, that I got it ready for me to be able to stitch on. There's a lot of strings and stuff hanging off. And this is just like some white material that I had. Like I said, I just want to use up some of this stuff. I'm probably going to cut that little piece off right there. Let's see if we can do it right now. And tear it. Let's see if it'll tear. Yep. Tore it right off because it was sticking up and I think it would have looked weird. All right, so these are 2 similar pages in size. So you place your material where you think you might want it. This is just using up scraps of lace and scraps of material. It doesn't even matter what it looks like because it's going to be covered with a bunch of stitches anyways. So this one, again, you put your material here to stitch on. The back, you don't put anything on the back. This is just from an old curtain. You can see where the rod would go through there. So I'll put that aside. And then this is the last page. And you can add more pages if you want. I really don't feel like I want to learn more than like 4 new stitches, because I know like 4 or 5. So if I learn 4 more, I'd be thrilled with that. I'm not an expert. I don't ever plan on being an expert. I just want to do this for fun. Jennifer Clouston makes it look fun. I mean, hers is so elaborate. I will probably never get to that level, but I don't have to. I can take from it what I want to do and just have fun with it. That doesn't mean somebody can't inspire you. You don't have to turn out just like them because she's been doing it for 40 years. So I got my 2 pieces. You put them together. Wrong sides together. And they don't have to match up perfectly. Like I said, once I sew it, I'll probably just do a straight stitch on all these pages all the way around just to bind it. And then if I want to, I can trim it, or I probably will just leave it the way it is. So you have this side. So there's 1, 2 pages to stitch on. 3, 4. Okay, so if you put this one back in there, you only have 2 pages, but you have 8 surfaces to stitch on. And then once you finish stitching, and you got to stitch these first before you go around with a running stitch and bind them together. You got to do all your stitching on them first, because then when you sandwich them together, you won't see all of the back of your stitching. So then fold them up, fold them together. You can have that on the outside or the inside, doesn't matter. And then, so there's my cover. Put that in the middle. And there, once I'm done with all the stitching and I bind it together and then sew the pages in, I will have myself a stitching book, which I've never had before. I'm very excited. Like I said, there's lots of strings falling off of this, but it doesn't matter. I like the kind of like the rustic. That's what appeals to me. So I hope you like this, and maybe you stay tuned for me to work in this. I'm not going to sit there and expect you to watch me learn new stitches. What I'll do is I'll pop in with a video and show you the stitches I've learned and how I've, used them in my practice. And I'll just, show you my progress as I work. So that'll be coming up. I love it. I love the feel of it. It just feels so good in your hands. It's very textural. I love it. Now, see, this is off. It's kind of wonky. What I could do is, if I wanted to, I could stitch some, material there as like an edging. I might actually do that. So that way it matches up and all that. But I don't really care. I think it's going to be fine. So I'd like to thank you for coming to my channel today. I apologize. Like I said, I have been sick. I have not had any energy to do my videos, and I've missed it. I've missed you guys, and I'm back. So join me in my next video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crafting.